It's okay.
Doesn't matter. Here we go, guys. DRG versus HerO. Another battle for elimination here at Hot Import Nights. The map is Metropolis. And here we go, guys. On the right side of the map, in the red from Team Liquid, it is HerO. Trying to get the win, trying to finish things off, but this player right here, this Zerg down at the bottom of the map, Metropolis, has thwarted his plans 2 games in a row now from the team MVP, possibly the best player in all of StarCraft 2 right now, but is he good enough to come back and win? It is DongRaeGu.
All right, so here we are, and like I said, I kind of expected that this was going to be the map that we saw last time.
Yeah.
The last game was kind of ridiculous. DongRaeGu went for a super early pool. HerO held it really well, held the counter attack after that not so well. He lost a Nexus to it, was forced into kind of an awkward 5-gate expand afterwards, and was just never really able to find footing against the Mutalist that popped out of HerO.
Yeah.
This game, though, is going to play out like a much more traditional PvZ that we've been seeing lately. There's a set of destructible rocks that actually run in between your natural and your third, so you have a lot of options as a Protoss player. You can Forge Fast expand, of course, but then you can decide to take a quick third through the destructible debris by full walling up at the front.
Right.
You can decide to opt for a strong 2-base attack because your opponent, a Zerg opponent, has to go through those same destructible debris in order to connect their second and third bases, so you can really easy kind of sequester that off. A lot of options.
Yeah, it can be a very good map for Protoss, definitely, but really, I mean, right now, HerO just kind of doing a little bit of harassment there, a la sort of Huck style, but what he really needs to do above all else is calm down. Kind of think of it, this is a new game. You know, it doesn't matter what happened in the previous 2. He's still 1 game away from winning the tournament. If he can calm down, play patient, execute his build crisply, that's going to give him the best chance to win. DRG, you know, by the same token, he did just win 2 games in a row, but you know what? None of that matters right now because he is still 1 game away from elimination. He needs to take this 1 game at a time. Both of these players really needing to play at their absolute best.
And it looks like HerO's going to opt for Forge first once again. He's not able to block for very long because DongRaeGu just went over to the third. So we'll see, you know, how quickly HerO is going to add on additional structures here in a second. What sort of build he wants to go for? I mean, is it going to be a strong 2-base play again? We saw it work so many times in the first set these 2 guys played. He was even able to win a 3-base game, the first game of this set. So,
yeah, we will see. And, well, HerO, little bit supply block there. They're starting a pylon. Getting a little bit flustered maybe, although he is kind of waiting to see when his opponent is going to plan on expanding as well. I mean, he knows the hatchery is going to be coming down at the natural a little bit later, but he's kind of thinking right now, all right, how do I decide to take advantage of that? Do I go for 2-base play, or do I just continue to try to play safe, take a 3rd base? I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like 2-base play is going to be the way to go to get the win here.
And I feel at some point, whether it's this game or whether he loses this one, it goes into the next game, that is going to be tried at some point. It's worked for him so many times. DongRaeGu has just not had an answer for it. So I've got to assume that that's what we're going to see. That's my prediction at the onset of this game, but HerO could have a completely different strategy up his sleeve.
We'll see, man. I mean, 2 gas taken before his Cyber Core. And one thing that we really haven't mentioned yet that is a good option for Liquid HerO is going for a Warp Prism all in. I mean, he doesn't even need to actually go all in with it. He can just drop a Warp Prism in the main with the spawn locations, force field off that ramp, do a ton of damage to DRG, so definitely he's going to be thinking about that. Now, DRG knows that HerO is known for that type of play. He even lost to HerO with that type of play today as well.
Oh, I saw the photon get firing. I thought I was going after the Overlord. I was like, God, get that away! No, it's okay. Just a neutral supply depot.
Yep, he's like, whoa, I'm glad that wasn't me. Yeah.
Well, let's see here now is HerO finishing up that cybernetics core, and we'll see if he decides to bank quite a bit of resources. Yeah, third gas starting at the 5.5-minute mark, so could be an abundance of sentries here in a bit. He has started warp gate research before +1, but that was not necessarily an indication that he's going to steer away from aggressive plays we saw in the first set back in the Winners Bracket Finals between these 2 players. He ended up going for quite late gas and then ended up slapping down 6 gates and just doing a huge attack.
Yep, speaking of gas, I think we're going to see DRG throw his first 2 down as well, and there is a Stargate going down for Liquid HerO, so he's going to go ahead and try to be aggressive with that early on. The spawning positions are good for that. He can fly right across that area in the kind of lower right part of the map, bypass a lot of the ground area where DRG might see this coming, and potentially maybe kill off a queen or 2 in the main. We'll see how much he really wants to put into it.
That's right.
Oh, I guess a lot.
Oh, wow, a lot, because it's a double Stargate.
Yeah,
so
2 Stargates going down for HerO now, so he's going to really put a lot into this then.
Holy mother of air units, and we'll see what HerO's going to be able to offer here in a bit as the 4th gas goes down as well. How quickly will DongRaeGu pick up on this? He is moving into his pretty normal gas phase, though, but opting for it a little bit later than most Zerg players do. He is once again going to drone to a pretty ridiculous level, it appears.
Yeah, he is taking 3 gas as well, so he's going to be able to do things like get his lair, get his roach warren, get upgrades going really, really fast. On this map in the past, Zerg players have liked going roach hydra, actually, at very specific timings against Protoss, and against a Protoss that goes double Stargate, Roach Hydra may not actually be a bad idea. So it's going to be really interesting to see how DRG decides to respond to this airplay. You know, will it be Infestors or Hydra? It's really tough to go Spire against this because Phoenixes are just so good, and HerO has the capability to make 2 at once. You know, I mean, and that's going to make something, or going to present a situation to DRG where he's probably going to stay away from that Spire tank.
I have flashbacks, though, of DRG's Code S1 here in the set against Genius, his teammate, who, well, former teammate, I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, who ended up going double Stargate in, what, 3 out of the 5 matches? Something along those lines. Ended up going for super huge double Stargate play. DongRaeGu was able to deflect that quite easily on a lot of circumstances. Now, of course, we saw a lot of weird things like a dedicated Endy Impulse Crystal build. We saw even something like a carrier build come out of him there, so I don't think we're going to quite see that. Just a lot of air units, but DongRaeGu has shown in the past that he knows how to handle this. Yeah,
and if we look right now, HerO is kind of saving his units up. He doesn't want, well, never mind. I guess he is going to reveal. There we go. He kills off the Overlord with that one. So DRG, you know, has an idea that there are air units out, but HerO is hiding the majority of them. So DRG may not react, you know, appropriately. He may not react enough to this, and that's exactly what HerO wants. He wants DRG to think it's mild Stargate pressure.
If you guys are wondering in the noise on stream, some of the cars are starting to move out of the venue here, so we're going to have a lot of internal combustion along with the game sounds in just a bit, so huzzah! More Void Rays rolling down the right-hand side of the map. Looks like the Phoenixes are just waiting in tow.
Protoss only wish their Void Rays sounded like the cars that are here.
I'm just waiting for that Ferrari to fire up over there.
That's right. We're just jealous. And here we go. HerO moving in with some Void Rays right now. And will DRG be ready? That is...
I don't know.
Where the Phoenixes? There they are.
Yeah, Phoenix is coming from behind as well, and HerO now kind of reveals his full hand. He's got a lot of air units sitting here. Will he be able to DPS down the units enough? That Spore Crawler is actually in a really, really good position. It could be very difficult for those Phoenixes to try and get anything done around the side. He is just going after the hatch rate for now to charge himself up, going after the Spore Crawler afterwards just to DPS that down. Picks up a couple of the Queens as well, and is able to get all 3 of them.
Oh, HerO holding up all Queens right now. He is doing so much damage to DongRaeGu. A Void Ray does go down. There are 3 Queens left, 2 Queens left, 1 Queen left, no Queens left for DRG. No air defense other than those Spore Crawlers that actually are not there right now. DRG counterattacking with a small amount of roaches, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. This is such a tense game right now.
Oh, and it looks like he wasn't concentrating on the Spore Crawler. He's going to take a little bit of additional damage here. He was trying to defend back at home, which is actually going pretty well for him. I have to say, HerO's holding on at the moment. He is just continuing to do more and more damage here at the main of DongRaeGu.
There are Hydralisks on the way right now for DRG, so he still has a chance to defend against this. If he can get enough Hydras out right now, he can hold off this pressure, but it's going to be so close.
There are just so many Phoenixes out as well. He's going to be able to pick up, individually pick up and deal with a lot of those Hydras. I do have to say, though, a lot of economic damage done, actually 8 workers killed. HerO is actually taking a 3rd base behind this as well.
Yep, he knows that he's not going to be able to end the game with this pressure right now. He needs to try to expand. The Hydralisks are out, and look at this. HerO not responding very quickly, nearly losing a Hydralisk, and that's too big of a group for HerO to fly in and maybe pick up a couple. DRG in a pretty good spot right now in terms of just defense going, but he did lose a lot of Queens. He may be losing some inject cycles. He's not going to have as many larvae out that he really wants to here, so HerO not in a bad position either, but this counterattack that may be going at the 3rd base, if DRG decides to do that, could do some damage. I think he's going to just continue to try to attack the natural.
Yeah, a lot of supply is tied up in Phoenixes, obviously, so, I mean, that's quite a bit of it. I mean, that's 13 Phoenixes, so double Robo is on the way. Excuse me, 2 robotics facilities being created right now. DongRaeGu is just going to try and bust down the front.
Yeah, and how is HerO going to respond? Phoenixes are good for lifting things up, but they do not win games. But you know what? Roaches and Hydras certainly do. But does DRG have enough?
And there we go. The unit's starting to be picked up. One of the Phoenixes has gone down. Two of them have actually fallen, but the Hydra numbers are just melting away.
Oh, yeah, he's got enough Phoenixes to lift a lot of that. And DRG doesn't have enough to do damage to his supply. Dropping rapidly. He's got more reinforcements coming in, but it looks like HerO just barely has enough.
And he's even got he has to. He can't lose this Nexus, of course, and it looks like DRG is going to continue an attack over here at the third, but there are 3 photon cannons up. That's enough for just a single sentry to get warped in, but that looks like it's going to be enough to turn the tide.
Yep, pretty significant supply lead. 40 supply right now for Liquid HerO ahead of his opponent, DRG. Infestation Pit and more drones on the way. Oh, man, and HerO, I'm curious to see how aggressive he's going to want to be after holding this off, because DRG is continuing to pressure.
Yeah, but of course, HerO's now sitting on 3 bases. He's going into double Immortal production as well. I mean, he's going to be able to make a ton of units. There it is! Liquid HerO is your champion of the event. Congratulations to him!
Yeah, Liquid HerO taking the series, taking out DRG. Wow, really well played by our Protoss player from Team Liquid. He looks pretty pleased there. And DRG, a great series played as well, nearly came back, but in the end, it was that airplay from DRG that won it. Let's give it up for Liquid HerO.
That was pretty awesome, I have to say. I mean, let's think about this. We have the great up-and-coming hope of America. We had 2 Codes champions, and Liquid HerO was able to rise above them all. Very, very well done.
Yep, that's right. Check out that cool trophy, too, man. It goes nice with a big check, don't you think so?
I do, and that $5,000 certainly going to be nice for him as well.
That's absolutely right. So, I mean, it was a small tournament. It was a short tournament today, but, man, it was intense. 4 of the best players of StarCraft 2 in the world here at Hot Import Nights. And look at HerO. He's pretty psyched to get that trophy. It looks like he can't believe it. Well, believe it, man. You just took out DRG.